Talking about independence and democracy is never easy, especially we look at these aspects with an open mind. As Ambedkar ji has said, it is only a beginning and we have already traveled 75 years. Democracy is a work in progress and it needs constant inputs from people to improve its process. Looking people's participation in a quantitative manner, we are close to 70% of voting, which is remarkable achievement. Therefore, at this stage, it is time to improve the quality of voting. The quality of voting in India. In the past, many attempts were made to bring people to exercise their vote and vote to best candidates. Continuing on this ongoing process, and as conscious citizens, we made a small attempt here by creating a beautiful song. This is a song about our people, their rights, their powers as citizens of free country, and importantly, their responsibilities which go along with their rights. One of the objectives to take the message to every nook and corner of the country to educate youngsters as youth are our future and strength of our country will carry on the legacy. The song starts with adult franchise, India's development over the years and progress in elections which will result in people's victory. A country truly of people, by the people and the people. I will read out some of the measures which we have not discussed earlier. I'll read out some of the measures to strengthen the voting. We need to educate our children from school level about the sanctity of the Constitution and sanctity of the vote. Please, journalists, this is a very important phrases of my speech. We have to be carefully listen to this. We need to educate children from school level about the sanctity of the Constitution and the sanctity of vote, especially from the intermediate level, the oath of allegiance to the Constitution to be administered to each and every student on the first day of the year. We have to include a chapter on the value and importance of the vote, how it determines the country's progress, how it is important to national integration, how it affects every citizen's life. If vote is not effectively casted, how society disintegrates and related social upheavals, law and order issues, protection to life and property. Every citizen, especially educated, should resolve themselves to help strengthen our democracy. It took centuries to come to this far, to bring democracy to the present form, but will not take much time to destroy it. It's everyday fight for all to protect democracy. Democracy is much more than pressing a button on the ballot. It goes beyond election results. Democracy is a way of life whose delicate social foundations we have to protect every day. Elected leaders' apathy to the problems of society is widely noticed in India and developing countries. We have to fight that apathy to save our democracy. I am thankful to my friends and Suddal Ashok Teja Garu, Yashu Krishna and Ramki. I am also thankful to the sponsors. Life does not give many chances to give something to the people and the country. I am blessed by the God for giving me a small opportunity. I am overwhelmed with joy that I am talking to you about a patriotic song. Thank you so much.
ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి అసలైనటువంటి కర్త మూల విరాట్ బ్రదర్ జీవి రావు గారు, వేదిక మీద ఉన్న పెద్దలు, ఎదురుగా ఉన్నటువంటి భీష్ముడు లాంటి కొండలరావు గారు, మీకు నమస్కారం. మీడియా మిత్రులారా, ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఎన్నికలు చాలా ఏళ్లుగా, దశాబ్దాలుగా మనం చూస్తున్నటువంటి ఒక దృశ్యాలు. ప్రజాస్వామ్యంలో పార్టీలు గెలుస్తున్నాయి, పార్టీలు ఓడిపోతున్నాయి కాదు, పార్టీలు గెలుస్తున్నాయి, ప్రజలు ఓడిపోతున్నారు. ఇది జరుగుతున్నటువంటి చరిత్ర. ఒకప్పుడు మేము పాటలు రాస్తే, తల్లి ఓ తల్లి భారతమాత, ఏ దేవుడు రాసినాడు నీ తలరాత, ఎందుకే ఇన్నేళ్లుగా నీకి కడుపు కోత అని ఈ యొక్క ఎన్నికల విషయంలో పాటలు రాసిన వాళ్ళు. ఇవాళ మన కళ్ళ ముందే జరుగుతూ ఉంది. ఇంటికెళ్ళి మీ పొలాన్ని అమ్ముతావా, మీ స్థలాన్ని అమ్ముతావా అనేవాళ్ళను చూసాం. కానీ మీ ఆత్మని అమ్ముతావా, మీ యొక్క వ్యక్తిత్వాన్ని అమ్ముతావా, మీ జీవితాన్ని 5 ఏళ్లకు అమ్ముతావనేటువంటి కాలాన్ని చూసి బాధపడి క్లేశపడి ఏదో ఒకటి చెయ్యాలనే ఒక ప్రయత్నాన్ని తనకు తానుగా స్వీకరించి నాకు ఫోన్ చేసి ఆంగ్లంలో తన కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పి ఇలా అనుకుంటున్నానన్నా అని స్వచ్ఛందంగా ఈ పాట రాయించినటువంటి జీవి రావు తమ్ముడికి ముందుగా నేను అభినందన తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఎవ్వరూ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ తీసుకోవట్లేదు. మా దగ్గరికి వచ్చే వాళ్ళందరూ జానపదం రాస్తావా, అందులో 10 కోట్ల వ్యూస్ వచ్చేటట్టుగా ట్యూన్ చేపిస్తావా, 10 కోట్ల వ్యూస్ వస్తే ఎలా చేస్తావు అంటున్నారు. కానీ నిజమైన ప్రజాస్వామ్యానికి 10 ఓట్లైనా తెప్పించాలి అనేటువంటి కాన్సెప్ట్తో వచ్చాడు జీవిరావు. అసలు ఆయనకు అవసరమే లేదు. నా దగ్గరికి వచ్చి, యశోకృష్ణ దగ్గరికి వచ్చి, రామ్కి ఫోన్ చేసి మీరు ఇది చేయాలి, ఇది పాడించాలి, ఇది పెద్ద పెద్ద వాళ్ళతో, మాజీ ప్రధాన సెక్రటరీస్ వాళ్ళతో, పెద్దలతో దీన్ని రిలీజ్ చేయించాలి, వాళ్ళతో అభిప్రాయాలు తీసుకోవాలి. మీకు తెలిసే లేదు, జీవి రావు గారితో పాటు అజయ్ మిశ్రా గారు, ఎస్కే జోషి గారుల యొక్క అభిమతాల్ని, ఆలోచనల్ని కూడా ఈ పాట దాచుకుంది, తన అక్షరాలుగా పేర్చుకుంది. అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ నాట్ మేడ్ బై మీ, నేను మాత్రమే తయారు చేసినటువంటి పాట. RRRలో కొమ్మ ఉయ్యాల పాట ఎవరు రాశారంటే నేను మాత్రమే అని చెప్పొచ్చు, కొమరం భీముడో నేను రాశానని చెప్పొచ్చు. కానీ ఈ పాటకు వచ్చేసరికి ఆ మేధస్సుల నుంచి ఉదయించినటువంటి ఉషస్సు నా యొక్క వర్చస్సుగా ఇవాళ మీకు కనబడిపోతాం. ఇందులో ఈ అక్షరాలకు నేను రాసిన తర్వాత, ముందు ట్యూన్ ఇస్తే రాసే రోజులు ఇవి, కానీ నేను రాసిన తర్వాత మిస్టర్ యశోకృష్ణ ప్లీజ్ స్టాండ్ అప్, రామ్కి గాయకుడు, సింగర్ గాయక్, నేను రాసిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు దాన్ని ట్యూన్ చేసి ఈ పాటను పాడడం జరిగింది. దీన్ని ఆంగ్లంలో ఇదివరకే విడుదల చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇప్పుడు తెలుగు నాట, తెలుగు నోట, తెలుగు వాళ్ళ ఓటు గురించి మనం ఈ ఉత్సవానికి వచ్చినాం. అనేక వ్యాపారాత్మకమైనటువంటి పాటలు రాస్తున్న శకంలో మేమున్నాం. అలాంటి రచయితనిగా నన్ను స్వీకరించి, అన్న మీరు ఇది బాగా రాస్తారు, ఇది మీరు రాస్తే బాగుంటుంది అనే ఉద్దేశం చేత నన్ను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవడం, నేను అది రాయడం. జీవి రావు గారితో పాటు మిశ్రా గారు, జోషి గారు, ఇంకా పెద్దలందరూ దాన్ని బాగుందని చెప్పిన తర్వాతనే రికార్డ్ చేశాం. ఇది ఇంటింటికి వెళ్ళాల్సినటువంటి పాట. ఏమో ఏ పుట్టలో ఏ పాముందో అని కాదు, కానీ ఏ పుట్టలో ఏ వాల్మీకి ఉన్నాడో, ఏ పుట్టిలో ఏ వ్యాసుడున్నాడో చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళితే ఇంట్లో ఒక్కరు మారిన ప్రజాస్వామ్యం యొక్క ముఖ చిత్రం మారిపోతుంది. ఒక్కరు మారిన, ఒక్క స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళే విద్యార్థి ఇది నిజమే అనుకుంటే వాళ్ళ అమ్మను కన్విన్స్ చేస్తాడు. అమ్మను కన్విన్స్ చేస్తే అయ్య కన్విన్స్ కావడం అనేది న్యాచురల్, సహజంగా జరిగిపోయే ప్రక్రియ. ఇది సుధాకర్ జీవిరావు గారు చెప్పినట్టు పిల్లల హృదయాల్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి, యువకుల్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి, అక్కడి నుంచి మహిళల్లోకి, అమ్మల్లోకి రావాలి, ఆ తర్వాత భారతీయ ఆత్మగా మారాలి. ఓటు కిసీకి జాగీర్ నహీ హోతీ, वो बेचने के लिए और खरीद करने के लिए. అలాంటి ఒక వజ్రాయుధం లాంటి పాట, నా ఓటే నా ఆయుధం అనే శీర్షికన ఈ పాటను మీరు వినడము, ఆనందించడము కాదు, ప్రజల్లోకి తీసుకెళ్లేటువంటి మాధ్యమాలుగా, మా నోళ్లుగా, మా కళ్ళుగా ఉన్నటువంటి మీడియాని, ప్రెస్ని నేను రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తూ, ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన పెద్దలకి, ముఖ్యంగా తమ్ముడు జీవిరావు గారికి కృతజ్ఞత తెలియజేస్తూ, గాయకుడిని, మ్యూజిక్ డైరెక్టర్ని అభినందిస్తూ సెలవు.
The real artist on the dais, Tejaji, and if I can say the person who has brought all this together, my classmate and friend G.V. Rao, other dignitaries and press people present here. First of all, it's difficult to speak when all of a sudden you are asked to speak and when you are not prepared to speak. But then, having been associated last year with when this song was first thought over, I can say that my ideas, democracy, the basis is shared values and ideals. Most of the places where democracy has come, it has come on that foundation. One of the important aspects to put it in practice is the voting, whatever way it is done in different countries with slight variations. India as a country was fortunate to get voting rights without asking for it, without fighting for it. When I say that, we fought for our independence. Our elders 75 years ago, they fought for independence, but we got democracy also in a very short time. UK, the right to vote for women came only after the First World War. Before that, their voting meant only by men, not by women. That too, when the women participated in the First World War in the non-combat assistance role of the army. in a large numbers. After the First World War, the British women got the right to vote. One of the Central European countries, Switzerland, there the women got right to vote only 4 decades back. That means about 35 years after we got universal suffrage right. When you get something free without fighting for it, the value is slightly less. We realize it today in our politics also. During the course of last 75 years, many deviations, many ill practices have crept into our voting system. So when this song was being thought over, the first English format of the song was penned by G.V. Rao. It is not only for voting, to correct the voting system. It is also to correct the unhealthy practices which have crept into our democracy and to make the foundation for our democracy once again strong and sustainable. So this song is a step in that direction, and I congratulate G.V. Rao once again for getting this song into more languages, and his team also. Some of them are sitting there along with Tejaji. Thank you.
अजय मिश्रा जी, एसके जोशी जी, अशोक सिद्धाला, अशोक तेजा जी, विद्यासागर जी, देशमुख जी, गोविंदराव जी, dignitaries who are present here, esteemed pressmen, and all others who have evinced interest in a very important topic which has been thrown up for a debate by Shri G.V. Rao, Ashok Teja and others combined. I really congratulate them because a very vibrant and healthy democracy requires a mature and well-informed, commonsensical electorate too. Now, the basic theme of this entire workshop, as it were, I feel, is the necessity to exercise the voting right of an individual. My friend Ajay Mishra very clearly mentioned that when you don't fight for things, then you don't, and you get it just like that, don't value it so much. You know, the Constitution of India, many people would have said, but at the risk of repetition, I would say, is one of the largest, most elaborate constitutions with 395 articles now and 22 schedules. Originally, when it was constituted, when it was written by the Constituent Assembly, it was 365 articles and 8 schedules. So the Constitution is very flexible. It can be amended to suit the demands of the contemporaneous times. We have done it indeed. Yes, there are many good things about India which can be said. Most importantly, that you started off as a democratic country with the largest written constitution. Concepts borrowed from all over the world, right from Canada, Switzerland, Germany, Russia, Ireland, of course, Magna Carta of UK, and maybe 3-4 other countries. I think there are 11 countries' constitutions which were studied before our constitution has been written. So our founding fathers really sweated it out to put a fabulous piece of legislation for us to rule ourselves. After all, democracy is by the people, for the people, and of the people. And it is basically a rule of law. As long as rule of law doesn't come about in as simple and as robust way as the founding fathers thought, I think we are still a work in progress with lot of work yet to be done. Now, one of the best ways to do it is let the right to vote be utilized properly. You know, it took more than 2.5 centuries, or even I think 4 or 5 centuries, for the Britishers to give voting rights to women. And those women who used to fight for their voting rights were called suffragettes. A lot of them died. A lot of them were put to prison. There's a lot of hassle, really. Whereas in India, universal adult franchise came about just like that. India did recognize that women and men are equal, and at the year of when they cross 18 years, they are good enough to exercise their brain to cast their vote and choose their government. And later, it was 21 years at the beginning. Now it has been reduced to 18 years, very rightful. So friends, there are the other good thing. There are so many states, so many union territories, all of them with different languages, different cultures, yet we combine together so nicely. Which other country can boast of these things? I do not know. I do not know if there is any other country which can combine so easily. How was India formed? More than 549 princely states had to coalesce into India. Of course, there are 2 or 3 places where a little force was necessary, but let me assure that that was all very nominal. And India is a great country which got itself into a vibrant democracy with a process that was almost unobservable, or let us say unobtrusive. A great democracy. Let us make it greater by exercising our right to vote and exercising our franchise. And as my worthy friend Ajay Mishra said, or GV said, Ashok said, I do not know. But if one member of the family is influenced positively in this regard, things will change drastically. That is always the case. Now, I don't want to talk further. It's been an extraordinary pleasure meeting all of you. And thanks to GV, who has been a very friend for a long time, many decades. And he has very progressive ideas, good ideas, extraordinarily honest intention. So I wish him good luck. And I thank him also for this initiative. And not only him, a wonderful singer, writer, singer. And I think the singers are there. And as he said, normally, आजकल तो पहला
Mr. Joshi, Ajay Mishra, Bhaskar, Deshmukh, Ashok Teja Garu, architect of this function today, Mr. V.V. Rao, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I was not prepared to say any words, make any speech out here. But I know one thing, that Mr. G.V. Rao has been tirelessly making efforts to bring about awareness among people about the importance of voting in the democratic process. There are very few individuals in their own capacity, with their own resources, mark my words, with his own resources, making such an effort. It's commendable. I must compliment Mr. G.V. Rao and his team who are making these efforts. As we all know, we are having a day called National Voters Day, which is celebrated on 25th of January. That happens to be the, I think, Election Commission Formation Day. They put lot of resources. They conduct various programs to spread awareness among the people about the importance of voters. I don't want to tell you how important it is to vote in the democratic process. Unless people come forward, if they don't vote, democracy loses its meaning. That is the beginning of any democratic process. Government has been making efforts to bring more and more people to come and vote and value their vote. As somebody rightly said, voting itself is not enough. This whole idea of what Mr. G.V. Rao is trying to do is, it's not just appealing to the people to vote, but telling them the importance of vote, how much it makes difference in their own lives, which also implies that don't sell your vote. Don't get tempted to take money and vote. That's a whole idea behind what G.V. Rao's efforts are about. So for that very reason, I compliment, this is a very unique moment he is trying to bring about in bringing awareness about the importance of voting, and the people, they should attach the kind of value to their own vote. It's not a saleable commodity. That's what he wanted to convey. It is something which can make a lot of difference in their lives if they rightly exercise that without getting influenced by any considerations, particularly monetary considerations. That's what I understood when I spoke to him about this. Today he is taking this effort a step further to the local level, at the regional level. I think the first song was released in Hindi. It was a great hit. Now he wanted to bring it in Telugu, so that it can reach large number of masses. I'm sure it will be a great success, and the people who are associated with this song, definitely it will transform the way people look at voting as their fundamental right, voting as a wonderful, the kind of value it has in the democratic process. I once again compliment G.V. Rao and his team for his efforts. I'm sure it will be a great success, and I'm sure he will continue to make his efforts to take it to other regions also, in other languages also. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు. వెంకట్, అజయ్, తేజ గారు, విద్యాసాగర్, భాస్కర్, దేశ్ముఖ్, పెద్దలు అందరూ. We have seen in our lives many people, they come for work. There is one person who is a socially conscious, and I will request all of you to give a big hand to Venkat Garu and Teja Garu and his team of singers and musicians. Our constitution which governs India, how does it start? We the people of India. We the people of India, we are the masters. As a representative, we send people to assembly, to send to parliament and other places. Local body aithe local bodies ki pampistam. Now, we the people of India, if family kuda chudandi, ఒక ఫ్యామిలీలో ఫాదర్, మదర్, పిల్లలు ఉంటారు. అక్కడే కూడా డెమోక్రసీ ఈజ్ ద డైరెక్ట్ డెమోక్రసీ. బట్ ఇన్ అవర్ కంట్రీ ఇట్స్ ఎ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్ డెమోక్రసీ. ఎంత పెద్ద 130-140 crore పీపుల్ కాంట్ రన్ ద సిస్టమ్. So we have to send our representatives. Now everybody in this room has a responsibility, because I will not repeat what my friends have said. Venkat has given his job. I request to translate or to construct this song, this appeal in all other languages, and I am sure he will do it. Ashok Teja Garu, you have to continue to give support. You have to find another Teja in Tamil, another Teja in Marathi. So if this theme song is ready, me andru patrika vilekarlu, media persons have very important responsibility to see that this song reaches to each and every house in our country. So Telugu song kabatti it should reach to all places in Telangana, all places in Andhra, and wherever Telugu people are living, it should reach to nook and corner. That is my earnest request to all of you. Now, as it was said that our election process is evolving, antak mundu nota undadu, because yes, first is started with giving voting right. You should come out in more numbers, vote more, voting percentage increase cheyali. Now they said if candidates are not good, none of the above provision kuda vachindi. We have to quantitatively cross that stage where the parties are compelled to nominate good candidates. So that kind of awareness will come when each individual voter will value his or her vote. And with this request, this spirit, this program has been organized, and I once again compliment Venkat and his team Teja Garu for doing excellent work. Now when this song will be released, it's a thumping song. It's a beautiful song. That is my request to all of you. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
వేదిక మీద ఉన్న పెద్దలకి, పాత్రికేయులకి, మీడియా మిత్రులకి అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక శుభాకాంక్షలు. ముందుగా జీవీరావు గారికి థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇంత గొప్ప అవకాశం నాకు ఇవ్వడం, నా గాడ్ ఫాదర్ సుద్దాల అశోక్ తేజ గారు రాయడం ఈ పాట. అన్నయ్య సాహిత్యంలో నేను దాదాపు ఒక 800 పాటలు పైగా చేశాను. కానీ ఇలాంటి ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయడం అనేది నా పూర్వజన్మ సుకృతం అనుకుంటాను. ఒక సోషల్ అవేర్నెస్ కోసం చేసినటువంటి ప్రయత్నం ఇది. మీరంతా తప్పకుండా ఆదరిస్తారని నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను. అలాగే ఇది లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ హిందీలో చేశాం. ఈ పాటని కైలాష్ కేర్ గారితో పాడించడం జరిగింది. మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మన తెలుగు గాయకుడు రామ్కీతో చేయడం జరిగింది. తప్పకుండా ఈ పాట మీ అందరినీ ఆకట్టుకొని ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ఓటును సద్వినియోగం చేసుకుంటారని ఆశిస్తూ నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన పెద్దలకి అందరికీ థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పుకుంటూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను.